Nice face. Okay, guys, we're so sorry. We are back. I don't know if this has helped at all. Hopefully people will find us.
I'll just let everybody kind of drop back in here. Give them a moment.
Give them a moment. Yes. We'll see if...
Okay, there's Denise. So let's just finish chatting here with Denise. She's back in the room. She's back in the room. Okay.
Oops, what's that? She's back in the room. Okay, I was just checking to see if the nice face that I had there.
Okay, perfect. Denise can hear. Okay, Denise. So let me just talk about, let's go back to what I was saying here. So I have that vision of you, and you're like lying on your side, and you're literally resting on the water. First of all, can we talk about the magnificence of this vision of you literally laying on top of the water? You're not sinking. You're just like literally on the water. And I see you twirling your finger, and you're kind of moving the water around very playfully with your finger. Surrounding you are all these beautiful colors, these little crystals and trinkets and rocks and natural plants and things, and you're literally just surrounded by, I really feel it's this beauty. And with you tracing your finger in that water like that, it really shows me that you will be working with emotions. And I feel like you will be working with other people's emotions as well, or having emotional impacts, because water always relates to working with emotions and being in the emotional realm. So I feel that, with this new opening, that there is a piece of using that energy of intuition. I do keep feeling moving into this realm. So I do feel like whatever steps you've taken for yourself now, it is having a direct impact in something new, a new opportunity, and especially towards intuition or even psychic information is going to be part of that. So just wanted to share with you the vision that I was getting before. So that way you heard it cohesively instead of mixed up with the lack of sound there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty cool. Just literally resting on water, that's amazing to me. I love that. That's such a good analogy. Anytime I have dreams with water, it does usually relate to something emotional that is happening or will be happening. I have some really beautiful water dreams myself. I love the watery realm, and it's very psychic too. I mean, think about it. We were talking about killer whales and dolphins earlier, and they do have an amazing way of communicating below, the surface of the water. They're sending little messages. There's like telepathy and echolocation and, communicating with sound waves. There's something really beautiful about that. And with you being a water sign, it totally makes sense to me. Also, I find it kind of funny I think you're a Scorpio, Denise. I don't know, something about Scorpio and moving water and kind of manipulating water. It just has that familiar vibe to me. I find that kind of funny. So that makes sense. Pretty cool. So I think you've got a lot of blessings, honestly, Denise. When you asked that question, the first thing that pops into my head right away was, well, what does she want? It was like the world is your blessing wheel, what does she want? And then she'll get it. So I found that kind of funny too.
Yeah, and I do feel with Denise, I literally am seeing, it's funny because I keep feeling these pentacles coming through. Like I keep getting literally shown these, these coins, these financial blessings is it seems as though I feel like it's supposed to be yours. It's supposed to be coming towards you. And it almost feels as though you also know that those are supposed to be coming towards you. And like I said, I kept feeling a little bit of holding back on towards something. And I keep getting like that push, go for it. You have to do it. Start creating what it is that you're wanting to create within this. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt. So I hope that's helped.
I think she knows. She knows she's on the right path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yay. Okay, everybody. Welcome back. Shafi, if you're in here, if you made it over to the new stream, let me know, because you're next. If not, we'll go to Catherine. I believe I saw Catherine in here.
Yes, Catherine is here. Yeah.
So Shafi, you're next. Since you guys are listening in, how we'll do the list is if people keep popping back in and it seems out of place, we're going to the next person, whoever's here. Oh, Shafi is here. Perfect.
Okay.
And then we'll just kind of interject as we need to.
Hi, Cliff.
All right. So Shafi is next. She is here. And Shafi would like to know who's coming towards me in love.
Shafti, I feel this is an energy that you've already experienced before. This is a person possibly that has already been within your, if it's not in your actual physical world, you've already felt this person within your consciousness in some way. I feel this is, I keep hearing a rejuvenated energy coming towards you. A reconciliation is what I keep feeling. Again, whether it's within this life or possibly past lives, this is it almost feels as though what I can now, again, I don't know if we mentioned at the beginning of the video, I never look into, names, persons, like hair color and all of that stuff, right? Because I do feel that can constrict us. But this feels like an energy of somebody that you've already recognized this is definitely a soul recognition of some sort is what I'm getting. And what I keep feeling. Okay. So the image that I'm getting, the vision that I'm getting is you're here, they're here. I am seeing that infinity symbol. It's almost as though you're both within your own circles of that infinity circle, and that energy is starting to be rejuvenated. It's starting to come back. And I feel as though you just had your own separate lessons that needed to happen, your own separate journey of some sort. Again, I don't know if this is a person that's already, I feel like you know this person. Okay. I do. I feel like you know this person, like this person has already been, a part of your life in some way, shape, or form. But I keep seeing that infinity circle, that infinity symbol going around, and it almost feels as though at one point your circles had to be at a different circle. Okay, you had to be within your field, they had to be within their field. There was things that you had to learn. You may have been together at some point again within this lifetime, but it feels as though you both had your separate it almost feels like that infinity had to break at some point. Okay. I met somebody with his birthday on the 20th. Okay. And it feels as though now that circle is starting to form that energetic field again. It feels as though it's, but there has been a separation with him. I feel like you're going to, I feel like you either know who this is. It's almost as though your energy and his energy are really starting to just blend. It's like, that's all I keep really being shown. I feel like this person, it's interesting. I feel as though this person is very similar to your age. I feel as though they could have a element of, I feel a very deep emotional energetic energy within them. They could be a water sign. They could be, I feel as though this person has that energy where once they express themselves, they truly express themselves, like they open themselves up to all types of emotional experiences. They allow that. They, they may have actually even held back in the past for some reason. I do feel that perhaps even at some point when they get a little bit too close to the person, they may tend to take a few steps back. It's almost like a scared puppy, like they have to, they take a few steps back and then they have to warm up and get closer and closer and closer. And this is what I feel with this person. But I do feel that infinity symbol keep going around. And I don't feel that this is going to be very long. I keep feeling this is going to be fairly quickly. And I feel like you need to just stay open to it. So I hope that helps. I'm just going to read what she said here. So, his birthday's on the 28th. I'm not sure if it's him, but there's been a separate. Is it the Pisces? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, see, I felt like this emotional depth towards them. Again, like I do. I feel like this emotional, they have this ability to really connect with people on a level that many people can't. But through that process, they also can be a little scared. And that's why they sometimes take those steps back. But I feel like them coming forward. I like I said, I don't feel like this is going to be long. Like I want to say into early of next year is where you're going to start. The symbol is actually going to start really forming even stronger. It's almost like what I'm being shown is with this infinity symbol, it keeps getting stronger. Like the lines around it keep getting stronger. Like it goes from like 2 circles. Okay. Each of you in your own individual, I guess, bubbles or experiences. And then that circle starts to form into the stronger one. And that's what I keep seeing that is coming through. And I feel it coming quickly. So, but it's going to be important for you to not break off that symbol, like by getting, by putting too much energy towards them. Like you have to stay within your own energy as well. Allow that strength of your own inner energy to create this stronger bond. Okay. Like basically don't focus too much on it. Stay within your own power, stay within your own energy, things that we should be doing on a normal basis anyway, because I feel like this is a natural progression rather than a forced progression. Yeah, that's what I feel.
I think just to add to that, then with what she's going to be going through, because I keep feeling that there is someone who feels like home, but I'm being shown that, the way that she asked the question, who's coming towards me in love, immediately Spirit shows me a mirror. And they show me that there's going to be a part of the self that isn't particularly liked. And that this is going to be seen and either changed or maneuvered or moved around in a way that allows a more whole or complete sense of self. And I feel that is then reflected out into the connection that's happening. So I think our perceptions and what we're picking up on, Kathy, are in conjunction with one another, because I feel that what's going to be revealed within the self then leads into who is connected outside of self. So I do feel that they do kind of work in unison. And I feel there is going to be, for Shafi, a very important and revelatory moment with the self that allows a deepening and understanding with their own emotions and also whomever they're also connected with. So I think it's going to be a beautiful next few weeks, honestly, because it feels like this is going to be happening during that time where you are going to get that revelation for self. And then it does lead into whomever you're connected with.
Yeah. And it just, like I said, the more that you're opening up, and as Brandon said, with that mirror reflection type of element, it just, what I keep seeing is like it starts from I don't want to say a faded, particularly infinity symbol, but it is like it's defined but faded. And as you're going through this, I just feel that infinity symbol getting stronger, but I'm also seeing that energy flow throughout it. It's like it's sometimes so hard to put into words because you feel it and you feel the beauty behind it. But it just feels like it's getting stronger. It's getting stronger and getting stronger. And you're gonna start really allowing this symbol to be created, and those two souls just starting to really merge. Okay. And I feel like that merging is coming from that symbol, like the strength of that symbol. Yeah. I love it.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful vision, I think.
You know, when I think, and it's interesting because sometimes when we see it as a vision, or as we see it as, like, you know, I said the even the symbol and stuff like that, it almost feels to some degree, because I do have trouble finding the wording at times because the energy is coming through so strongly. So, you know, I'm trying to purvey that in some way, but I feel almost like people need to sort of go into themselves too. And how does that feel to you? Because that's really the wording that is trying to, you know, come out. It's almost like, you know, don't listen to my words, go within yourself. And how do you feel? How are you resonating with this? Allow that to start, that energy chakra, that heart chakra, from the energy, you know, the heart chakra, the energy from the heart chakra, allow it to expand. Because my words, or, you know, even Brandon's words or whatever, they may not even mean, we may not even have the words for it, because the energy is just so strong coming from it. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Catherine here. Before we do, can we all just connect for a moment? The energy feels off ever since that person came into our room. I feel like everybody should all take a breath together. We didn't do that in the beginning either, Kathy. We didn't do our little breath.
Polly, you are on the list, just so you know. Yes. I would like to do that too. I think that we should just...
Oh, I have no issues with my sexuality, polyfree. I you know, I've been absolutely called worse and badgered for so many different things. In all reality, you know, I am open to men and women as far as lovers are concerned. But for somebody to come in here, you know, and just talk about slurs and then have a name like meditation is God, it's just very revealing of their character, isn't it? And I'll be honest with you all, sometimes I just can't deal with people who can't deal with themselves and then can't deal with their own shadows. So I could not give too much attention to that person. As much as I could go in and cut them to their very core because I felt everything going on with them. Why do that? You know?
Yeah. All it does is it really just brings down the energy of what we're building here, all of us, you know, you guys in chat, us here, like that's the energy that needs to be focused on, and the beauty of it coming through. And when you got there's a little bit of hillbilly coming through when you have that energy from people like that. You just know that they need more attention in their 3D realm, and why should we be giving it to them? They're just bringing in their own karma. So that's
just energy vampires.
Yeah,
it's too much to deal with. So let's all take a breath together, just for a moment. If you're safe and able to do so, just close your eyes for a second. Push out all the air in your lungs. Use your diaphragm and push everything out. Use the belly. Push, 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 push. And then breathe in through the nose. Breathe in deeply. Hold the breath. Hold it. Hold it. And slowly exhale. Just allow yourself to become grounded and centered in the moment, connected with all those around you and your environment that do continue to allow your energy to be positive, grounded, and present. Okay, That feels better.
Much better. Definitely much
Oh, Catherine's bringing up chocolate chip cookies. You're killing me.
Catherine, I haven't eaten yet today. So please, could you just behave yourself? Because I truly appreciate that. Because this has been my diet so far today. And, you know,
Diet of champions.
the diet. Yeah.
All right.
So healthy.
So
it's like spinach.
let's move on to Catherine here.
Okay.
Catherine said, you were talking about spirit animals. What is mine and what does it mean? And don't say rabbits. Wink, wink.
No, you know, Catherine, I'm not feeling a rabbit. I'm actually, you know what I'm feeling is I don't know the exact animal. I do. I want to. Okay, here's the thing. Because people sometimes, I don't want anybody to feel insulted if I feel a spirit animal, because some people are like, but I felt like, you know, it was supposed to be, you know, this great big beautiful lion. And I might come out and say, well, it's a ladybug. Okay. But we have to remember that those are very significant as to what they're coming out. The first thing I actually see is a very long creature. I actually want to say this is like a ferret or an otter. And I feel like there's a lot of home and family that is surrounded with it. It almost feels like there is a loyalty behind this animal towards people or places, like people that are important within your life, or maybe possibly even places. You know, this feels like an energy of, I feel like an energy of gathering. Like maybe you're a gatherer of, you know, giving out some sort of energy of love, some sort of energy of bringing people together in some way. It's a really cute freaking animal. I'm going to tell you that because I just see this cute little face, but I cannot tell if it's between, like, those are the two animals that it's coming through. I love ferrets. Okay, good. I'm glad because I hope that makes sense.
Something different here.
But you know, that's the thing is that you can have a couple, right? They're just going to mean different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I connect to Catherine, I'm really trying to connect to a core here, and I keep being shown some really important examples. I keep feeling good food, and I think that's obvious, you know, with her talking about chocolate chip cookies. I keep feeling a sense of protection and and like you had said, that loyalty and that connection with family. And I also keep feeling that there's this something about seeing like the night sky, being able to look up and see the stars in nighttime. And I keep being drawn to this bear. I keep being drawn to an energy of this bear. Like there is this strength and this connection with family and this need to have, you know, pleasurable things, especially like food and things that are around. I keep feeling this energy of like the strong bear. I'm not sure why that feels so predominant, but that feels like something that hits a core for some reason, core component. So I do find it interesting that there's that we both had picked up these furry animals, you know, that have lots of fur, and that they kind of move at their own pace and have that sense of family or loyalty that feels to be deeply connected there. But it's interesting because when I think of spirit animals, we can pull on energy and see, you know, what we pick up on, and there are many different energies within a person, of course. But I think ultimately you'll have to be the one to know which one really sits or fits well. And like Kathy said, there's multiple animals that we feel. I mean, I know I have multiple spirit animals myself, you know, wolf being one, orca obviously being another. If y'all have been listening, there's multiples. Praying mantis is another.
It's funny because Catherine was saying that she loves ferrets, and you know the thing is that we find too the animal that we're drawn to. You know, you know, besides my snakes that I really like, one of the animals that I'm really completely drawn to is goats. Don't know why. I have no idea, but I see goats and I'm just, there's something about that connection with them. I just, it's like, and it's funny because people will send me like goat videos because they know I absolutely love it. And I have a friend in California who has goats and she'll send me videos of her goats because for me, it's like, I just love goats. And I don't know what the connection is. I don't know exactly what the whole meaning is behind it. I haven't really looked all that much, but for me, I feel very drawn to them. And I find that you will be drawn to what it is, that there's a significant meaning behind it. And also too is, because we can have several, sometimes these spirit animal connections will come in at different times within our life. So where do you feel drawn to, if you're in a place of stress? Where do you feel drawn to, when you need strength? Where is it that you feel drawn to when you feel, an overwhelming sense of love? And those are usually those connectors that are coming in either to teach us a lesson or to show us a path or to give us that confirmation and validation in some way. So, and Catherine's saying cats and horses. Yeah. Like, I feel like, again, it's really truly where we're drawn to, and maybe at different points within, our day, our lives, whatever it is, what is it that you're feeling? It almost feels like when you're going through a particular situation, go into that energy of allowing and see what shows up, because you're going to get that visual, or you're going to get that feeling, or you're going to be drawn towards perhaps a particular name or whatever it is. And I know that there's been times where I've been in a place of like needing, strength, and it's funny because I've had this, confirmed for me. I always felt this animal was very strong within my spiritual self. And then without mentioning it, because, especially when you're first going through that spiritual awakening or whatever it is, you feel a little bit weird, saying, I feel connected to this. But then other people would start to say it. And it was almost like they can see this animal beside me. And for me, it was that big black panther. And I even had meditations and visions of this panther before, even within dreams. And I kept seeing it like just literally appear and beside me and giving me that sense of strength. And when I had that validation from others seeing it, for me, I was like, oh, okay, like I'm not as crazy as I thought maybe I was, like, but what we're connected to and what we're drawn to is really going to make that difference within a situation, or perhaps, again, maybe it's a lesson, or maybe it's just something that is giving us strength from what their meaning of what they talk about. Okay. So,
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, and probably black goats showing up as are very powerful entities. Yeah. Like I have this, I don't know what it is. I love goats. I don't know if they're always, black or anything. Like, I just love there's just something about them. I don't know, the eyes, the whole thing with them, especially the little baby goats that bounce. Those are really cute. But, but I see goats and I'm just like, oh, I just love them. Like, I don't know what the draw is, but for me, that's where I am too. And thank you, Catherine. Thank you so much. It's like they can see your soul immediately. It's at those eyes. And it's interesting because some snakes have those, slitted eyes as well. Not mine in particular, but, some species, more the venomous species, that can have that slitted eye. And it's interesting. It's just something about it. It's like, I don't know. It just draws me in. I just love it. Oh, who is next?
So it looks like we are missing some people here. So Nicole is next. I don't know if Nicole made it over.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna see if everybody sounds off while they're here. Please let me know in the chats if you are on the list. And then we'll just kind of go down the list with whomever is here, and just kind of go that way.
But any new people, I think we'll keep it as that, right? We're just
I think Emily, yeah. I think Emily might be here.
William's here. Polly, see her. We could go to Polly while we're waiting for.
So Emily came in and she didn't make the list in the last show, but now that people are dropping off. See, it's funny. I kept saying that, and I never said that in any of the other chats. I'm like, if we have time and others drop off, we'll try to get you in. And I never say that. And so I find that kind of funny. So Emily, if you are still here and listening in,
yeah,
I think we might be able to put you on that list here.
Catherine, so stop teasing us with the cookies, you brat.
Chocolate chip is my favorite. Yeah. That's my absolute favorite.
I'm just going to chew on my cup. Thanks so much.
All right. So Nicole's not here. So let's move on to Polyfree.
Sure.
And
what is Polly's question?
Polyfree would like to know, am I going to find someone to have a romantic relationship and children with, or am I destined to be alone? If so, it's okay.
No, you're not destined to be alone.
I do see children around Polyfree.
Yeah.
I do.
I get that too.
I keep seeing 3 children. I see 2 manifest, but for whatever reason, Spirit just keeps showing me 3.
Yeah. It was funny because as you were talking, I kept feeling the number 2, but it almost feels like 3 it might be a surprise, like that third one coming.
Yeah,
through.
That's like the surprise. I see like the 2
like
as
that
the
surprise, you know, like
third.
Yeah, yep. It's like, oh, exactly, you know, there's that surprise third one. Oh, yeah, we were shockers.
I was wondering if it was like twins or something.
Oh, it
perhaps.
Could be. It could be. Oh, I almost said twins before.
He just said.
Okay. Yeah, because it did. It felt like there's one that's a surprise or one that's coming. It was so very strong. Polyfree, can I just have your birth date? And maybe just like your age. I feel like something is coming through, and I just need that confirmation. I keep hearing a number coming through. I keep hearing a number of 36, and I don't know what that is talking about. I don't know if you are 36 or if you're like, I don't know. I just keep hearing this number, and I don't know exactly what it's talking about at this point. So I just need that confirmation of some sort, or even if that number makes any sense to you at this point. 26. Okay. Pisces and a male. Okay. March 4th. Oh yeah. Okay. 36. Here's what I get. I know you're saying you're 26, but I keep hearing 36. You're not going to have to wait for 10 years to have these kids, okay, or to get married. I keep hearing. See, okay, so again, I'm gonna tell you the vision that I'm having, and I'm gonna tell you what it is that I keep feeling with that vision. At 36, I feel, as Brandon and I said, something about the number 3. This could be like 3 children, you know, that one being maybe perhaps that surprise, whatever it is. I feel you settled. This isn't an energy of starting new. I'm actually seeing children that are of a particular age. And again, you know, I don't really want to get into like the whole pregnancy and all of that, because obviously things can change. But I'm seeing it's like a progression of ages. Okay, like these children have already been created. They're already in the world. They're already living their souls. Like their souls are already been brought through. And that's what I keep feeling. It feels as though you're in a place of being settled, happy within yourself. Are you there, Brandon?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, sorry. You just disappeared from it. Settled within yourself. And it feels this, I keep getting like the strength of a relationship, a strength of, you're not just married to this person, you are seriously freaking partners with this person. Like this is a relationship. Like you guys are truly building a life. It's not just oh, I'm getting married and, whatever. And not that people do that all the time, but I can't explain it. It almost feels as though you two have built this life, possibly even within another life, and bringing it through into this life. That's what I keep feeling. It's like there's this absolute strength that is being brought in, and it feels as though the two of you are like this duality. And I'm going to tell you something. The first thing I'm hearing is like your kids aren't getting away with nothing, like in a positive way. like they're like, you and your partner work so well together that it's not going to be like that separation of, mom said I could do this, and you have to go to your dad. It's almost as though your kids are going to be that formation. Oh, help me put the words together. It's like this formation. It's like you all know, you all have. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's just.
You're 100% spot on, because I pick up the exact same thing. It is this. It's not just parent to child. There is friendship. There is relationship, and it stems from you literally marrying like your best friend. There is this just natural kinship that all of you will feel together, and you are a full family unit. There is just this sense of loyalty that is unquestioned and unconditional. There is this understanding of one another. Of course, we all go through hard times, but it's the unit that other people will see from the outside looking in that shows like, oh my gosh, this family is a family. Like they're
fierce, they're strong together. You don't have those kids that are like, excuse the language, like poop heads. You know what I mean? Like these kids have respect for you. These kids, they see the strength that you guys are putting into this family, and it's creating their own personal strength within themselves. That's what I keep getting.
And they feel confident to be expressive. It's such a secure place for them. You accept them because they're going to be eccentric and interesting, and they'll be very expressive, and they'll be in the right family because they'll feel it. They'll feel that sense of confidence, security, and comfort 100%.
Yeah. And it's so funny because as we were talking, I'm literally in this place of like chills. Like it just feels like this isn't, I can't give you an exact day, time, or whatever that you're going to meet this person, or when this person is exactly coming through. But I can tell you that at that 36 age is where it's like, this is settled. This is settled. Like, like you guys have already formed all of this. You guys have already put this together. It's already, I don't know how to explain it, but you're going to be in that place of that true sense of self is what I keep getting. So I feel like, keep doing you. I'm also getting here, you're also extremely strong within your own personal, I keep hearing the word level, your own personal level of satisfaction, or I don't know, I'm not sure exactly the words that are coming through here, but you're already in your own personal strength, and I feel as though you need to continue that. You know what, here's the nice thing is I tap into your energy, and I know you're not going to settle for any crap. And I like that. I like that energy. You're not going to do anything out of desperation. You're not going to do anything that is going to go within your own personal boundaries or your own personal ethics. You know where you're going and you're heading there. And that's what I keep getting from you. And I love that.
I am shown one thing as far as bringing this and manifesting it. Spirit just keeps showing me that it's important for Polly to keep using intuition. and to keep using psychic senses, because they keep showing me that there will be times when you're coming to meet this partner that it might seem clouded or unclear, and you won't know things are fully defined until they're right in front of your face. So the foresight might be a little challenging, and that's why Spirit keeps showing me to make sure that you sharpen and fine-tune the intuition, because that's how you'll find each other, that's how you'll connect, and that's going to be the level at which you literally create and bring life. So I think just keep that in mind as well, and I think you'll find yourself right in that connection, and you'll just know it. You'll know it because you'll have that intuition. You'll absolutely just know. It will come about in an intuitive way, and you'll see that connection in your family ring true, because you will be, there will be moments where the kids are at a distance, and having that intuitive and emotional psychic connection between you is what bridges that gap. And that's part of what allows all of you to feel so closely connected together, is because you'll have that level of a bond together. So keep using that, keep sharpening it for sure.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason that as you were just saying here, you've been in a place of desperation 4 times. I feel like that was necessary for you. To get yourself into an energy of what it is that you're actually wanting and what it is that you're truly. I honestly, I'm going to be, I feel as though if you had married one of these people, it would not, like, it would have been, I feel that there was a reason why that marriage didn't happen, or why there was an ending of those relationships. Okay. It feels as though this particular partner was created for you. That's what I keep getting, created for you. But you needed to, as Brandon was saying, use your intuition, because I feel like you needed to be able to recognize them. Okay. So don't hold on to any past energies that didn't become created. Those were just whatever they were. They were just lessons of some sort. They needed to bring you to this energy that you're going to be heading into. Yeah. I hope that that's helped. Yeah. Just wait. You're going to know. This person's going to show up, and you're going to know. You're just going to know who it is. All right. Yeah. I hope that helped, Polly.
Polly, honestly, you've got nothing to worry about. Yeah. You really have nothing to worry about. You must have maybe the moon or something in your 7th house in your natal chart. I know I've seen the moon. I even have the moon in the 7th house myself, and there's that feeling of needing to marry or connect early. There must be something in that 7th house, I'm telling you. But I know that feeling. I know that sensation. And like Dazzled is even saying, Dazzled totally understands too. I think a lot of us get that. But for you, Polly, I really would not have anything to worry about.
No, just stay within where it is that you are right now, that energy of right now. No, Nicole, you did, we can still bring you through. That's fine.
So Nicole is right before Polly. So do you want to take Nicole next?
Yeah, we can do Nicole next.
All right. So now that Nicole is here, Nicole would like to know, how do I unblock my chakras?
Okay. So this is actually a really simple process. Okay. A lot of people tend to think that it's, it can be more difficult or whatever. So when we're unblocking our chakras, what we have to remember. So first of all, I feel I'm getting a division with you. Upper is actually pretty open for most part. I feel like your lower chakras, like starting at the solar plexus, and the sacral and the root, they do feel a little bit more blocked. What I keep feeling and I also am getting the soul chakra. So like the soles of the feet, I'm getting a little bit of blockage in there. What we have to do, and I feel like for you, Nicole, is this is going to be an opening one-on-one. Okay, there's going to be several ways to do it. So one of the things you can do, you know, I don't have a particular video here, but go onto YouTube. There are several, you know, chakra meditations that you can play throughout the night. So it's basically just binaural beats that, you know, will help open those. But I feel like you need to do a little bit more. And what I'm getting here is I want you to start at the crown, okay? Because I do feel your crown chakra is quite open. I actually am hearing and feeling that your third eye chakra is quite open. Your throat is it's a little blocked, but it's not too bad. But your heart is, I feel like your heart is wanting to open. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. It's almost as though it's kind of closed like a flower, but it's pushing to open. And I feel like that needs to happen within that throat chakra. But then we're going down, you know, into the solar, the sacral, and the root with the soles of the feet. I feel like you need to work on one chakra almost at a time for right now in order to allow that true balance to come through. So as we're focusing in on our crown chakra, imagine it again, maybe like a flower, like it's opening up, blossoming. Move to the third eye. You're allowing that blossoming. I want you to focus in then on the throat chakra. Allow yourself to actually see like a blooming, an opening of that throat. I'm also getting that sometimes you hold yourself back. You hold yourself back in far as speaking. You hold your, like, it's like you can say what you want to say, but sometimes you're not completely saying everything that you want to say. And I feel as though you're
right on the head.
Right? Like it's almost like she's like that
there's
holding.
Something that needs to be spoken, a truth or something that's not. And I feel
It's
like
not.
Nicole might be worried about other people's perception, but
Right.
maybe Nicole doesn't understand that it's actually taking away from her energy.
And as that throat chakra opens, because it's almost as though your heart chakra, it's like it's sitting there, okay, and it's like bursting against whatever it is that's holding. It's almost like a wall or a little bubble, and it wants to open. It wants to explode. It wants to, you know, blossom into what it's trying to do. But it is being held back a bit by that throat chakra because it's like something that you need to say, something that, you know, whether it's saying it to yourself or maybe to perhaps other people, I'm not 100% sure, but it is trying to speak. It is trying to express itself. Once you get past this, okay, and it's literally just a focusing in on that throat for right now, and again allowing that blue energy. Imagine it as that blue energy coming through and opening and expanding. And even if you, I keep hearing musical notes. I keep seeing musical notes coming from your throat, which is weird. I don't know if you're a singer, but I'm literally seeing musical notes. So this might even be a practice of opening up, like singing or something along that line, because I'm literally seeing like music notes. I've never seen that before. That's kind of neat. And I'm not sure what they're talking about, but it feels as though that might be important to you in some way. Oh, a radio personality. Okay.
Look at that.
Right. Well, that makes a lot of sense then, right? Because I literally, I saw like musical notes coming from your throat chakra. So it feels as though something needs to be said. I almost feel as though you're so like it feels as though this is why I feel like there's that little bit of blockage. It feels as though you're so good at speaking about the things or opening up, but it's like one particular person or one particular field or issue or situation that you're having that tightening. Yes, it's like that. I wonder if she's
forced to speak on things that maybe there's a company or somebody else that she's speaking in regards to or something of that nature. But I just keep feeling that pressure right between the chest and the throat. I keep feeling a welling of emotions. I keep feeling like something has to be spoken, and maybe this is the time. Maybe you can do it personally. You know, you don't have to air it per se if you're on the radio, but something feels like it has to be released from yourself. I'm also feeling a lot of Oof, I'm feeling a lot of pain in the back of the neck as well, like something is being carried on the shoulders and the neck. Yeah, it just feels like there absolutely has to
She
be
walked away from a
a
show.
release.
She was just saying she walked away from a show.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I just there's something in there. And again, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll listen to binaural beats while I'm sleeping. For specific, you can even start with just one, like start with the throat chakra, allow it to open, move to the heart chakra. There are some of the YouTube videos that I've seen, that will run like almost the whole 8 hours and just have, each chakra is worked on individually. I do feel that will help. I'm also, I walked away. My son's father is an artist. I also feel too that you need to also start drawing that energy from into your soul chakras. So like the soles of your feet, it almost feels as though there's that energy coming from the crown, the energy coming up as above, so below, right? As above, so below. So start drawing that energy up from the ground as well, and allow yourself to have that place of grounding, because that's going to start working on that root chakra. It's going to start working on the sacral and the solar as well. And I feel like that meeting in the middle, you're going to start seeing that change fairly quickly once you start getting into the process of allowing it to happen. Stop blocking yourself off is what I keep getting. So,
all right.
Yeah,
There's
I hope
lots of
that's
stuff
helped.
to be done for sure with chakras, 100%. I think it's a beautiful realm to focus because it helps us break up, our body's existence, right? We've got so many things going on in our body: circulatory, digestive systems, nervous systems, bones, connecting. There's so much going on. I think using chakras really helps us to really get into not just the aura and spiritual space, but also, the physical space as well.
Emily, that's fine. There is space. The other thing we have to remember too is we also have chakras in our palms. A lot of times we tend to think of that solar or that the chakra system, of only the 7 chakras, going from our crown to our root. But we have so many other chakras that we can open up and that we can allow, and allows that, that circulatory difference in between. Like if we look at our hands and if we hold out our arms, we have the chakras in our palms. Well, where do those palms lead? If we open up our arms, they lead right to our heart. So try to remember that. So, if we're clenching and if we're not allowing that chakra system to open up within our palms, whether this is through crystal work or whether this is, somehow through, yes, Reiki does help. It can help as long as you have a Reiki Reiki master who, has good recommendations. Don't just randomly find somebody. Like try to get recommendations for one if you possibly can. But we have to remember that, open these up too. Open up our palm chakras, open up, just allow yourself to remain and see where it's heading, see where you're going to feel that blockage coming through. And you're also going to feel that blockage going away and starting to lift. So, yeah.
I think also just communicate with the parts of you that feel blocked off. Sometimes I like doing that where I'll separate it into parts. Like, all right, throat chakra, what do you need right now? What do you need to feel secure? What do you need to open or, to remove this block? I think that really can help a lot if you're good with conversation or communication style, because you can literally have a dialogue with this part of yourself and allow it to reveal to you, through it's almost like channeling, what's kind of within the self. So if it helps to write it out or to have a literal conversation, with that part of the self, try that as well. There's so many different things that you can do. Finding, of course, what resonates best for you will help for future issues that come up. But right now, if you're exploring, really doing anything, I think we'll be able to chip away at that and to help that unblockage. All right. So let's get through these last few here. You're very welcome, Nicole. So if you're ready, Kathy.
I'm ready.
we've got Jess Daisy. Jess Daisy would like to know what's coming towards me in love.
Okay. We need, can I get your birth date? That would help.
Oh, Jess changed the question.
Oh, she changed her question. Okay.
Am I next? Oh, that was her question. Am I next?
Oh.
Jess says, am I going to receive the things that I'm writing down?
Okay, you know what's interesting, Jess, is I feel like as you're writing down, I don't know if you're hiding these, not hiding. I don't think that's the right word. Are you putting what you're writing somewhere? Because I keep feeling like under a pillow, under a bed, under, something. It feels as though this is, I almost feel like there's under something. I don't know if you have been or if you're supposed to be doing that. Does that make sense? You are going to receive it. I do feel though, what am I getting here? There's an insecurity about something on your list. One of the things that you have an insecurity towards. It almost feels.
I don't think Jess knows it yet.
Huh?
I don't know if Jess knows it though yet.
The insecurity that she may have. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like one of them you need to actually, as you're going through your list, okay, I need you to stop and really pay attention to that solar plexus of where am I? How do I feel about this? How is this coming through? Do I feel open and good towards this? Am I feeling held back towards this? Am I feeling this energy of allowing myself to move forward with this? Because I feel as though one of the things on this list, there is a energetic blockage. It's like there's that lack of self-confidence, that lack of just something. It feels that there's a sense of insecurity around it. And I feel as you go through your list, you're going to know. I keep hearing the number 3. So I don't know if there's a third thing on your list, like whatever it is. I keep hearing a number 3 around it. So I don't know how many things you have on your list, but I just keep hearing number 3. So if that makes any sense to you, I'm not sure. Does that?
Yeah, I feel like Jess is going to get what she or what they want. But you're picking up on the same energy that I am, Kathy. I think you're maybe nicer about it, but I feel like there is going to be an inherent disappointment, or at least to not expect it to last in some way. And what Spirit keeps showing me is that it is because of an insecurity that is kind of in there that will probably be revealed when it is received off of that list or that writing or manifestation piece or whatever it's labeled as. It's going to be pulling your attention to shed something in regards to those insecurities. I'll just leave it at that. It'll be a beautiful and deeply revealing experience. Mm-hmm. So we're not trying to give you bad news here or anything, Jess.
No, I just feel you need to open the blockage towards it, like figure out what is holding you back. Now, she's saying that she doesn't number them. It doesn't matter. It just, for whatever reason, it doesn't need to be numbered on a list. It might be the third thing, or it might have, as you're going through it, I just keep feeling the number 3. I don't know how that's going to be interpreted for you.
Maybe the third month, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe something you've been trying to manifest for 3 years. I'm not exactly sure.
I keep feeling that it does have to do with the heart.
Okay.
Personally,
yeah,
I do keep feeling the heart.
yeah,
Maybe. Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you, Jess. Beware of superficial love. That's what I want you to be aware of. Just be aware of superficial love. Not maybe coming from you per se, but perhaps the other person. If they're being superficial, take that as a warning sign. Take that as your red flag. That's going to be a key there. Some people, you know, when you connect in different loves or relationships, they might be on different pages, but just be aware of that moment, because that's not what your soul is here for. Your soul is not here to have superficial experiences or superficial love. That's not what you want. That's not your point. That's not your soul's purpose. It is to have deep bonds and deep relationships. I think you're kismet with everybody else here, because that does seem to be an important theme with several other listeners that we've already spoken with as well. Just, I think, keep that in mind. And if you do see it coming up, do not be afraid to cut that out. If it does seem to be superficial, do not be afraid to cut that out if it does happen in that way.
Yeah, I also, I'm getting here too, is that, oh my God, it was just literally right in my head and then it just completely disappeared.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Like you said about the superficial, it feels as though, and I say this quite often, on the programs, even on my channel, really make sure what it is that you're wanting as opposed to what it is that you're accepting. That's what I feel. Like, make sure that you're sending out the true feelings, the true, what it is that you're desiring, as opposed to what you're willing to accept. Okay. And there's a huge difference between that. And that might even have something to do with your list. So you may have to take a look. I feel to take a look at your list and really watch your energy as you're reading it. Really watch your energy as you're going through it. Where are you not feeling that opening? Where are you feeling that being held back? Where are you feeling blocked in some way towards whatever wording it is? Like, whether it's a particular sentence or a particular item. How do you feel? Pay attention to that chakra, that solar plexus that's, right here. You really pay attention to that, because that's where it's really going to start showing you there's that blockage. So.
All right, beautiful. Lots coming in towards the list here.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Got Emily's question. Thank you, Emily. So since we had somebody drop off, I'm letting Emily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jump in here.
I think William was next.
Yes, William is the next. We have William, then Kay. Jenny G, I don't think is here anymore. And then Dazzled.
Okay.
And then finish up with Emily. All right, so William, are you here, mate? There you are. All right, William would like to know, how is my progress into spirituality, or any message from my guardians?
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell you, the first thing I'm hearing, William, is that you already know how your journey is going. You're already listening. You already have that knowledge. You already know what is happening, what's going on, what is being displayed. I already feel like you're just, it's like you're just wanting the validation for it, but Spirit is already telling you you're on that path. And that's exactly what I keep hearing. There is interesting. I actually, for whatever reason, I want to know how this resonates with you, William, because the thing that I keep seeing standing there is literally it's like a warrior guardian, a warrior guide of some sort. Like I actually feel armor around. I almost want to say kind of like that samurai type of personality, or that samurai. Look, it's like that. And it feels as though this is this could be a bit of a defense system, okay, I'm getting a little bit of a defense system coming from this particular spirit guide. And it feels as though you have to go deeper. You have to allow that to come through. Okay. It feels as though you get to a certain level and sometimes you start to block it off, but you already know that. I'm not telling you anything new. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I feel as though you got to sometimes maybe perhaps tell this particular guide to step aside a little bit and to allow that energy to come through, because that warrior for me is what is being presented, is that you get so far and then you're scared to go too deep. It's like, oh, wait. I have to stop this. I have to hold it back in some way. And I feel like Spirit is asking you to just allow it to step aside, allow it to come through. So
I'm going to speak on that real quick.
I need to go deep.
Because I keep being shown that there absolutely has to be a sense of astral or regressive travel. I keep seeing a mental internal journey of doing some kind of astral travel, and Spirit specifically keeps showing me to go back to a place in childhood where there was a fear that did create a block. And it was because of a fear of the unknown that this block came up and stopped you from getting back into that fearful state. And now, you know, as you're in towards your progress, towards spiritually seeing and understanding and perceiving, you have to go backwards and revisit that block and show that child that, hey, everything is okay. We're choosing to do this now. We didn't have to fear before and we didn't understand it, but now it's going to be okay. So absolutely get into some astral or deep meditative channel and go back to that moment and speak to your younger self, speak to that moment. Whatever comes up, just let it come up as you do. Like Kathy was saying, allow. You have to allow that space to come through. Yeah. And you'll see this deepening relationship with your own spirituality and your human self. You'll absolutely see that. But astral travel will be something that you do quite frequently, I feel, as well. It reminds me of shamans. I want you to look up, if you don't know already, what a shamanic, I think it's called a soul journey.
Yeah.
Or soul
I think that's
retrieval.
the one I sent you. I don't know if you ever tried that one. Remember that one I sent you? It was what's it called? The Honest Guys.
I don't remember.
William, look that up. Because I feel like Brandon is 100% spot on this. Look up the Honest Guys and you'll find Shamanic Journey. It is an amazing, amazing meditation.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever sent it.
Oh.
Because I don't remember seeing the link anywhere.
Okay.
Myself.
That's probably just my fault then. All right. Anyway, look it up, William.
Yeah, shamanic journeying. I think that's going to be a really good ancestral tie for you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just feels like you have to let it go. Let this warrior, whatever it is, just do that stepping aside to allow that energy to come through. Because you're once you go deep, you're not going to want to go back, but you have to get through that breaking of the surface first. Have a good night, Nicole. I hope it's helped. Take care.
You are right on your journey, William. Right in the middle of it. One thing I want to speak to that before we move on to Kay here is the fact that a lot of people, I think, see spiritual when they make that conviction, that definition. Hey, I'm going to invest, in my spirituality. I think a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to see a lot of outside stuff change. No, it actually is a very internal process. You'll feel things internally. You'll see things differently, and what's happening is you're changing the lens. You're changing the perspective, and you know, if you imagine, you know how a prism, it can take light and digest it into a spectrum on the other end.
And then send it out?
Yes, it's literally like that. You're changing the shape of that prism. You're changing how the light is received internally and then what is projected from it. That's spirituality in a nutshell. It's such a beautiful analogy. I think a lot of people have seen that in the past and use it. What is it? Didn't Pink Floyd or something have that prism as part of their little album logo or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's been in mainstream for a little while. It could use a revamp, I think, because it's such a great analogy.
William, too, if you like, I feel like this particular shamanic journey meditation will really help, especially if you like the primal beating, like the primal drumming,
Oh, the
all
drums.
of that. Yeah. You get so deep into it. You get so...
Sounds like that warrior vibe too.
It is like, because I kept feeling almost like this samurai type of, I literally see the helmet. It's like this, you know, the broad shoulders, like that helmet that comes through, and you just need him to step aside, you know. And here's the thing: is it does take you to meet your guide on this particular meditation. It doesn't mean that you have to stay within that meditation, you know, all the time. Like, you don't have to just listen to that one. You're going to find others that you're going to be drawn to. But I do feel that this particular one will at least help you to have that connection with this guide. And it might even just open some doors for you. And because it just feels like you've got a little bit of blockage that you're trying to hold off.
The movie Inception keeps popping up in regards to William, so I don't know if that feels relevant for William, but I keep hearing Inception. So maybe watch the movie. Maybe it has some piece of information or something that you need to see in that. I know Kathy and I talk about that a lot. When things come up like that and things we either watch or listen to or read. But maybe watching the movie will give some kind of insight. Because as I think about it logically, it is a kind of similar journey where they go back into the mind, you know, and implant an idea or a seed. And you can see in one of the characters how an idea has blocked her off, you know, from being able to perceive or understand reality. So maybe there will be a trigger in there that helps you make a connection in your own mind. So maybe visit that as well. I love that movie. Oh, yeah, I do too. I love that movie, William. It's such a great movie. So great. I love it.
Okay.
All right. Kay is up next. Kay, give us a shout out in the chat if you're still here, love. Jenny G, again, if you're here, please give us a shout out. If not, we'll move on to Dazzled, which I thought I saw a Dazzled in here earlier. Dazzled of Empress. All right, Kay is here. Kay would like to know, okay, my question is vet tech what spirit suggests I do for a career path? I know I'll open up doing medium work, but as a career, I was thinking working medically with animals.
Okay. Can you read that to me one more time?
My question is vet tech what spirit suggests I do for a career path? I know I'll be open to doing medium work, but as a career, I was thinking working medically with animals.
I do feel that would be a good field for. I almost, like, to be honest, what I'm actually getting is, why not just go for the full veterinarian rather than just the tech? It almost feels as though you have this bond with this healing. I'm actually getting a healing energy from you. I feel as though, you know, it's weird that Catherine had said something about rabbits earlier, because I'm actually feeling this with you in some way, Kay. I don't know what a rabbit has to do with any of your, you know, if there was some experience with a rabbit, or if this is a guide, whatever is coming through. I literally see like a fluffy rabbit. But I feel as though this healing energy is coming forward. I feel as though this would be very good for you, but I feel like you like, why hold yourself back on just that one thing? Maybe just move it forward. Oh, I had a rabbit as a kid. Okay. Maybe that's why I'm feeling this rabbit. But you had your hands, something about your hands. You have this healing energy from your hands. And I literally see like you placing your hands on things to do. It's almost like that quantum healing is what I'm getting, like quantum healing, quantum. It just feels like something is coming through. The month of April. I'm not exactly sure. I'm literally just seeing this rabbit coming through, but it might even have to do with just healing in general for you. But yeah, go for it. Go for it. I like I said, I feel like you need to be a vet rather than just a vet tech. Like, I feel like you need to go through the full field. I feel like this is something that if you can, you should actually start to follow. Yeah, you do. You have very, very healing energy. And it's something that I think that you may even want to expand on, maybe even more. It's not that it almost feels as though you can draw spirit through you for healing.
You want to know what I'm picking up?
No, no. Yes, absolutely.
Well, it's just so interesting. So when I ask Spirit specifically about the vet tech stuff, I'm absolutely shown that it would be a new opening in the path, and it does create an expanded or energy of growth. But when I ask specifically about medium work, Spirit keeps showing me that there is communication with animals of death or animals pertaining to death. I think there's going to be pet channeled medium work that happens. And I feel like merging the two is absolutely going to happen. If you do focus on at least starting the vet tech, then you're going to see that you're getting messages from pets that come through with people. And maybe it could even be where you get to the point where you're helping assist, with euthanized, animals and things like that, and helping people cope during those difficult moments. Because if you do have an affinity with mediumship already, it just makes sense that you would bring through animal messages for people who are grieving or going through a difficult time. I think also the vet tech would help because people will see that you have an inherent understanding of the animals. And I'm with Kathy. I think you could go all the way. And I think that this absolutely would be the career field. I think that it would take time. So starting as the vet tech is great. But I think over time, what you're going to find is that the relationships that you have with people that come from working with their animals, it's just going to continue to further you down that path of helping more and more. So this absolutely does feel to be the right career field for you, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can merge even the two things, even that you're asking about. And I think there's a part of you that kind of already knows this. Oh yeah, look, I'll be talking to animals, absolutely. See?
There you go.
There's a part of you that already knows this, and I think you're going to be absolutely merging them together. So vet tech all the way, and everything else will come naturally.
And again, with that healing energy coming through that I kept feeling, it feels as though this is going to be, you know what I keep hearing? I keep hearing, because of this healing energy, there is going to be less stress, I guess is the best way to say it, the less stress upon the animal through its process of healing. Like,
yes.
Basically what I want to say is, like, you're going to be able to prevent a lot of animal stress, like a lot of animal surgery, a lot of uncertainty within the animal. Like when we bring our animals into the vet, you know, they feel that stress, they feel that anxiety, they, you know, they get scared, right? I mean, that's why we always have those cartoons of the dogs that are like, oh no, I'm not going in, you know. And I just feel is that through this process, whether you decide to go for the full vet or whether you decide to be a vet tech, whatever it is, I'm getting that there's going to be that lessening of the stress with you there. And I feel like you need to, I feel like this is something that you need to do.
I think so. I think as you further into that and continue working more technically and professionally with animals, you'll know the modes of communication. You already know how animals feel. You already feel that. You already sense that. You already have that ability. I think as you work more in the technical side of things, you'll know what things the animals are trying to communicate, and you'll see visions or feel sensations of that when they are passed, and they'll communicate in that way. I think it'll mostly be visual, because I know that animals, and especially pets, are quite visual creatures, and then sound oriented, of course. Clairaudience is a little bit more difficult, but I think if you already have an affinity towards mediumship, that might come through for you as well. But I do see that it would be a lot of visions as well. So you'll know the communication. You'll see it. The more that you get into it and see the technical side of things, you'll notice your gifts coming through and receiving that information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very cool. What a beautiful job. First of all, can I just say that is so freaking cool? Like, how amazing to work with animals all the time would be just amazing in and of itself. But then to have these deep, meaningful moments with animals and their owners, like, that is so cool.
Right?
I think that's awesome.
You're not only giving the healing energy, you know, to that animal, but it's like that. I almost feel like the animal is like reassuring to the owner of some way, like through that energy. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's like,
exactly.
Yeah. So that's awesome. You're so welcome.
I love that. Such a nice energy. All right. So next we got two more here. We've got Dazzled of Empress.
Okay.
Dazzled of Empress would like to know, is there anyone jealous of me?
Okay, yeah. It was interesting because I was almost going to interrupt myself at some point, bringing through this energy. I do feel that this is coming through. But what I am getting, Empress, is that I really am hearing and feeling... there's a really strong green energy. I don't know why I literally am seeing like an emerald.
You're absolutely right.
Right?
You're
like an emerald coming through, or a green energy of not
very strong green.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's particularly related to jealous, because yes, you know, green with envy, it almost feels as though like it's a healing energy of some sort that's also coming through. It's really bizarre, but it's like this strong green that is surrounding you in some way. Does that make sense? Do you feel that?
I feel that there is a female in particular that is jealous of Dazzled of Empress. But what I keep being shown is that by you just being you, you're actually allowing somebody to go through a healing because of this jealousy. You're allowing them to align with what they feel that they really want, and then in turn they're going to get it, and they're going to realize, oh, I wanted somebody else's wants, and it's not even my own, and so this doesn't feel good. And so you're actually allowing them to get to their own sense of understanding for themselves and what they truly want. Because if you think about jealousy, I mean, even thinking about it logically, jealousy is wanting something that somebody else has that you currently don't. But honestly, you know, we're all, I don't know, working with the same things here. You know, we all got the human body. We've all got a soul. We can literally create our reality, and it's just a mirror. It's serving as a mirror. You know, all relationships do. So I do feel like there is healing that is happening with this person. So it might come off as a little bit draining for you on your energy, but as long as you stay in your own center, which I feel that you are, and that's what Kathy and I are really picking up on, is this really strong green emerald vibe and aura that when you stay in that place, you'll always be replenished. You'll always have that sense of being replenished. You won't feel that drain, I don't think, unless you allow yourself to play into the jealousy of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
If you let yourself get into that game, then you'll start feeling that drain.
What I actually felt too is like when I said earlier, I wanted to almost interrupt myself. Like it was almost like this energy was coming through so strong while I was, listening, or it was before. Like I felt this energy coming through before, and I was already, doing a reading. So you kind of have to push it aside and, just, go with where you are. But here's the interesting thing is I feel that this is really important for you to not focus on that jealousy. Let it be. Yeah. Like this is going to, I don't even know if you know them. I don't know, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know if this is just like some sort of online thing. I don't know if this is somebody. It's not that you don't know them. I feel like they're trying not to present themselves in that manner to you.
Yeah.
Makes sense? Right? Like
they do feel distant in that way.
It's like almost as though you may,
afar.
Watching from before, or just not revealing, in some manner. But I feel like it's very, very important for you to remove that energy, like just not pay attention to it. It doesn't matter if anyone's jealous. It doesn't matter if anyone, here's the thing, who gives a shit? Excuse me. But like if somebody doesn't like us, who gives a shit? Like honestly is what it comes down to, right? It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Like, if somebody's jealous of us, who cares? You know what? Still be yourself. When we focus in on that energy, what we have to remember is that we're also focusing in on ego. So if we're sitting there and we're wondering, well, I wonder who's jealous of me. I wonder who's this. I wonder who's that. Then basically what we're doing is we're moving ourselves from our own growth, from our own ability to rise up above things. Because, honestly, that saying, the lion, doesn't pay attention to the opinion of a sheep. Stay in that energy, because it truly doesn't matter who is jealous, who isn't jealous. We don't want to stay in that energy, because that is truly a vibration that we surround ourselves with. And then you're going to be in that vibration of jealousy. Why do you want to be in that vibration of jealousy? You want to move past that. You want to be in the vibration of love. You want to be in the vibration of your own power, your own Empress energy. Okay. So that was the message that was coming through. What's that?
Who wouldn't be jealous of an Empress anyway?
Right. Exactly. And I just feel that that's more important than the who. Just stay within yourself.
Yeah, I think so. But you are offering some kind of healing for them too. So let them just be. Let them go through whatever the heck they need to go through on their own. And if they're doing it by watching you, then so be it. That's an honor, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What does she say? Oh, she's laughing. I wonder who. Oh, that's funny.
All right. Well, beautiful energy. Thank you for coming in here and sharing that energy with us, Dazzle, because you've got quite the vibration. See how different it is when you're sitting around people who are sitting in their own power, who can see and observe you exactly who you are, versus somebody who isn't. I find it interesting you asked that question about somebody being jealous, because obviously you can pick up on it too. Somewhat. Yeah.
And it did feel very, it did feel very strong. It was like when you had, come through earlier, I just kept feeling like this green, energy. It was almost like I said, diamond, or not diamond, emerald of some sort, but it was really starting to beat through. And, sometimes you have to kind of hold yourself back from, like you got to stay in the, the present energy. Right. And it was hard. Yeah. So.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
I find that cool that we both picked up on that as well.
Yeah.
Like right away. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Always see, it's always a good confirmation when multiple people
I
pick
love
up
that
on the same
validation,
energy.
right? Yeah. And you're so
And you can
welcome.
see we're not just sitting here agreeing with each other. I mean, you've seen earlier, we pick up on different things, you know, we communicate them differently or pick up on different sensations, energies, thoughts, idea, whatever it is. So just, you know that Kathy and I aren't like setting each other up or anything like that. We're just connecting with what we feel.
Yeah.
And we'll be honest, you know, and I think Kathy and I are close enough and don't have ego involved that we can disagree or pick up on different things and know we're not, you know, doing something shady or weird. You know, it's just to affirm the fact, Dazzle, that, you know, we were picking up on the same thing.
I actually like it sometimes when we pick up on different things because, you know, to that degree, when we're going through that, Spirit is always going to have a message for, you know, people separately, right? Like there might be things that I hear that are just not meant for you to hear and vice versa sometimes, you know. And when you're able to have that messages, two messages coming through, or however it is, it just feels like that's exactly how Spirit means it to come through. And that's cool. I like that.
All right, let's do our last one.
Okay.
We've got Miss Emily Rosa. I've been dreaming about the Capricorn, wondering if he's telepathically communicating and just his current energies towards me. I'm wondering if anything has changed.
No, not in a negative way, if that's what you're meaning. I'm not exactly sure if anything's changed. What I keep getting is that this is actually coming through stronger. Is this Capricorn? Are they closer to the... I want to ask if they're closer to an Aquarius, like the Aquarius timeline. So I want to say the end of January, like somewhere around there. Like, do they have that Aquarius cusp on them for some reason? Because I don't know why that feels necessary, but it does feel like, you know, that has something to do with it. You know, it's interesting. What I keep getting is that you're holding your hand out somewhere in this dream or in some sort of dream state or some sort of energy where you're bringing them closer, you're bringing them in, you're drawing them towards you. And I feel as though you're not only doing this within the dream state, but it almost feels within the energetic field of, you know, your awake state as well. I feel like there's going to be communication from this Capricorn. Again, I keep feeling like January. I don't know what is coming through here. I feel like you need to stay within that energy, like allow them to come through, stay within that positive energy. I feel like they are being felt, like they are trying to come through. Yeah. I don't feel that there's a negative change in any way. If anything, I almost feel like a really weird energy of sadness in there somewhere from him. Not a sadness. It's like a subconscious. Did I feel this before? I can't remember if I felt this last time or not, but it almost feels like a subconscious energy of being sad, but this conscious energy of still doing what it is that he does, you know, like friends, you know, being social in some way. But it's almost as though that is starting to be overtaken by this energy feeling of this subconscious sadness or this subconscious longing or wanting or yearning or whatever it is that is coming through here. So have things changed? Yes. They've changed in the extent that he's coming closer. But again, I still feel like this is not until January, and that you might try not to get disappointed, try not to get discouraged. Okay. Sorry, Brandon, what did you say?
No, I'm just saying I would have to agree with that. I just feel a nice little pleasantry as far as the energy between the two of them. Spirit keeps showing me movement towards more like pleasantry, more opening, more emotion. So I do feel that there is movement. I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not really feeling too much negative myself. As far as in the energy between the two of them, perhaps you're tapping into him and picking up on some kind of sadness, but I'm just looking at the energy between Emily and Mr. Capricorn here, and things just feel like they are progressing nicely. So I honestly don't have much to say other than there doesn't really feel anything to be worried about. I feel things are still perfectly on path here.
Yeah. I don't feel that anything has changed. I don't, like, not in a negative way. I actually feel it like it's a little bit stronger. I feel like it is a, we never want anybody to be sad. Okay. Here's the thing, right? Like, we don't, even if they've, done something to us, like, we don't want that energy to going out. So what I keep feeling is I don't know if I mentioned that, because I feel like I've told you this before. I feel like letting him know that it's safe to come forward, safe to have that energy. I just feel like he needs this energy of being safe, and it is going to start those movements forward. That's what I keep getting. Oh, okay. Emily just said, I think we're sad. Yeah, I think he said that he's not, because I feel that. But again, it has to be him that has that strength and that energy to come through. We can't hold anybody's hand to give them strength, like, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. He has to be that emperor within himself. So he has to have, excuse me for saying this, like, the man parts to step forward, because if you're just giving it to him, what is that going to do? It's not going to do anything for him. It's not going to give him the strength that he needs. He's got to find the cojones within himself to step forward, right? Because that's going to make it stronger. It's going to make it real. It's going to make it lasting, as opposed to giving him the strength. And I do feel he's coming forward. I do feel that coming. He very much has that Ram energy, though, very much. And here's the thing. I think that I keep hearing, for some reason, that I don't want to say this wrong. It's not that you didn't give him credit. You did. But he has that Ram strength, and you don't need to give it to him. You don't need to give it to him anymore. Like, he's strong enough within himself. He knows exactly what it is that he can do. He knows how to use all of his own tools, I guess is the best way to say it. He knows how to use his voice. He doesn't have broken fingers. He knows how to text. He knows how to do all of these things. So you don't need to help him out with this. He's not a child. It's basically like, he's got that Ram strength within him. Let him come forward and use it, is what I keep getting. Make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I got. And I feel like he will. And
I think she knows.
She knows.
I think she knows. She's sensing something. And I think, honestly, the more that you start getting dreams and telepathic things, the more that you're just letting go of the limitations, and you're just allowing a free flow channel.
Yeah.
That's how spirit, emotions, love, intuition, psychic, that's how things are meant to flow naturally. We are the ones that block things off because of belief and limitations and, blockages and ego and all that other stuff. So when you start seeing those things happening more, it means you're allowing the blocks to release, and you're getting back into a purer state.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything's on track, Emily. I don't think you have anything to worry about. Just allow it to flow. And like I said, let him know that he's safe. Spiritually, let him know that it's safe to come forward, right? That feeling of safety is going to be so important, but you don't need to baby it. And because of the fact that you're already getting the dreams, I feel like he's acknowledging it in some manner. Yeah. All right.
Beautiful. Well, we got through them all.
Yeah. That was a good day.
Interesting.
I've literally been on
eh?
camera since like 11:45 my time. So that's like
Ooh,
5 hours almost.
5-6 hours. My goodness. You've been doing it all today.
All day today. Yeah. Yeah. And now I'm gonna go.
I'm sure you're ready for a nice chocolate chip cookie and a bath.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for food because I haven't eaten. And then I'm actually going to take my paintbrush and start getting that room renovated and start the painting.
Yay.
Oh, I can't wait. Yay. So,
It'll look so good when you're done.
when it's done, I am so excited about it because I can get all of this crap that's in my room right now because I didn't have the room for it before. And, finally put it into there. And, I can't wait. So, yay. Yeah. I'm
did
excited.
Great here.
What's that?
So now you did great here. So I think it's a good deserved break.
I think
so.
Thank you.
Nice chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. Stop with the cookies. Yeah, I'm going to be in my car, like, trying to get a chocolate bar or something like that. Right away. Just give me chocolate. Right.
That's how I am. I feel you there. Trust me.
Right? Yeah. I'm not even a big chocolate fan, so that's actually funny. And now that I have the craving for it, thanks to Catherine from earlier, really appreciate that. Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you, Brandon, for being your amazing self as usual. I'm really looking forward to, for those of you that are watching the replay or whatever, again, just share whatever videos you share. Take a screenshot, send them to me on Instagram or Facebook, Oracle Intuitions, and your name will be going into the draw for for an Organite that we will be drawing next week. So we'll see how that goes.
Yay!
Yay! All right.
Well, good luck to everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brandon. Again, thank you to everybody for watching and have an amazing week. Take care. And
bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye for now. Bye. I'm just ending the stream.